One of Allah's names is Al-Hayy. And Al-Hayy means the ever-living or the everlasting. Now, some people get confused, and some of Allah's attributes, they're like, well, wait a second, Allah is unique and He's special and there's nothing like Him. But Allah has some attributes or characteristics that we use the same name to refer to attributes and characteristics that we have. Like Allah is merciful. There's people who are merciful, right? Allah has life. There are people who are also alive. And so the doubt is there any sort of similitude between these two types of life or these two types of mercy or whatever? And we say that, they're completely different and categorically different, because one is marked by perfection, or it's defined by perfection, and the other is defined by contingency and imperfection and limitations. So to drive this home, if we say that Allah has life, or He is the ever-living or everlasting, and we look at what's the quality of that life, and what's the quality of that life that makes it so different from our lives, okay? When it comes to Allah and His the life that Allah has, that it didn't have a beginning, number one. Number two, it doesn't have an end. And three, when it is reality, right, that life as reality, it doesn't have any shortcomings or imperfections, okay? This has become more clear when we look at human life. Let's look at human life, okay? It had a beginning, okay? So there was a time when I wasn't alive. It has an end. There's going to be a time where I'm not alive after I die. Okay, so that makes it very, very different right there. And then third, while I'm living, people say that I have this characteristic or attribute of life, what kind of life is it? Is it something that nobody can take away from me, or if it's something that's weak enough that it can be gone in an instant, right? If I fall from a tall building, I get in a plane crash, I get in a car crash, life's gone, right? It's dependent upon mechanical sort of laws. I have to breathe, I have to eat, I have to go to the bathroom, I have to do all these things, okay? My life is defined by need and imperfection, whereas Allah's isn't, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's life is not dependent upon any sort of mechanism, any sort of material, any sort of created thing in order for Him to have life. No, He has life first and last and perfectly. And He grants us the ability to have something that we call life, but in reality, it's very, very compromised, it's very limited, and it's very imperfect, and we could even say fragile.